Hey team, thank you so much for being here today. I have a 30-minute yoga practice plan for you. It is going to have an emphasis on core musculature, but a lot of stretching and lengthening for your legs, your shoulders, your back. All you're going to need for today's class is a mat, and shoes are optional. I'll see you during class. All right, team, go ahead and bring your feet to parallel at the back of your mat. Soften your knees, roll your shoulders up, relax them down, palms forward, chest lifted, chin level with the floor. Mountain pose, your best posture pose. Inhale, both arms up. And then exhale, we're gonna fold. Trace down your legs, let your chin soften to your chest. Shake your head no, and nod your head yes. Bend both knees very deeply like you're coming into a ball squat. Push down through your feet. We're gonna roll it up slow, inch by inch. Traveling back to where you started, mountain pose. Shoulder roll to top, open the palms. Let's do it again. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, slide down the legs. A little bit of neck movement here at the bottom. Maybe draw some semicircles across your chest with your chin. Half lift. Exhale, release. Put a bend in both knees, root down to rise up, push through both legs, come back up. Exhale, hands at heart center. All right, let's start warming things up here. Reach both arms up. Gather your energy, dive into your legs. Bend your knees. We'll walk our hands forward, inchworm. Land on the top of a plank, hold here. Pull your belly button in as you lift the hips up and back. Press your heels towards the floor, spread your fingers wide, and dig your finger pads down into the floor. Downward facing dog, and then we'll roll through, land back into a plank. Shoulders over wrists, walk your hands back towards your feet. Soften your knees, lift up, half lift. Exhale, release, root down, rise up, come on up to the top. Let's do it again. Exhale, fold. Half lift. So we're following our breath here. That's called vinyasa. Bend your knees as you walk forward. Travel handprint over handprint. Land in plank. Hold for a breath. Straight line from the crown of the head to the heels. Pull your belly button up and in as you pike the hips back. Down dog. Come back into plank. Strong shoulders. Elbows soft. Soften your knees as you walk back. This time, we're going to go into a chair pose. So half lift first, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Bend your knees, sit into your heels, but still keep your toes pressing down as you reach your arms up. Chair pose. Sink an inch lower. Push down into both legs as you rise up. Little baby back bend here. And we fold. Go ahead, walk those hands to the top of the plank. We'll hold here either from your toes or from your knees. Shift forward of your wrists. You can put your knees down if you need it. Chaturanga, elbows scrape the ribs. Any amount of back bend. It could be a baby cobra here, maybe a mid cobra, or maybe a full. You decide. Roll back down slowly. Let's take the fingers out to the sides now. So elbows up, fingertips underneath your wrists. Push down into your fingers, but use your back muscles here to peel up. Cobra again. Tops of the feet down. Lower with control. Hands back underneath your floating ribs. Pick yourself up to all fours. Let's counter stretch that with a child's pose. Reach your hips back. Arms overhead, forehead towards the floor. Nice lower back stretch. This is your home base, by the way. You can stay here the whole class. You can come here as often as you need. Go ahead and tiptoe your hands over to the right and push your hips to the left. Stretch your waist. And then we'll walk the other way. Hands to the left, hips to the right. Breathe into that lung. Good. Take it back through the middle here. We're going to lower the forearms underneath the shoulders. Elbows in a straight line underneath the shoulders here. We're going to round. So it's a cat-cow, but from a different hand position. And then melt the belly, lift the heart, lift the tail. Go ahead and round again. Cat-cow through the spine. This one is a good one to take if your wrists give you any trouble. One more. Beautiful. From here, you're going to walk your legs back, tuck your toes under, push down into your forearms, lower your hips, dolphin plank. Hold here. Go ahead and lower your left knee. Turn your left forearm 45 degrees as you roll to the outer edge of your left shin. Reach your right arm up, stacking shoulder over shoulder, a side plank. Feel free to take this a little more intense, walking the bottom leg straight, or maybe stacking the ankles. We'll start that slow swim back to the mat. Pick up your left knee. Start to parallel your forearms. Tailbone under. Nice silent spine. Lower the right knee. Turn the right forearm 45. Roll open the other side arm balance. Shoulder over shoulder. If you'd like to, you can step your bottom leg to straight or even stack your ankles. Come out of this, so just swim forward, find that dolphin plank once more. If your bottom knee was down, pick it up, start to tiptoe your feet towards your elbows. Tailbone lifts, head dives down, dolphin pose. Stretch the backs of the legs here, firm those shoulders. Bend your knees, allow your knees to find the floor, allow your hips to find your heels. You can either keep your arms overhead or you can reach them back. Embryo pose. Knuckles to the floor, palms up. A nice release for those shoulders. All the work you just did. Climb the hands back to the top of the mat. We'll push ourselves into all fours. So line up your knees. They're underneath your hips and hands underneath the shoulders. Extend your right leg straight behind you. Flex your toes. Lighten up on your left fingers. See if you can reach left arm out. And if you wobble a little bit, that's good. Challenge your balance here. Stay here or challenge yourself by bending your back knee and reaching your arm up and over to connect, maybe with the foot or ankle crossbow. It's okay if it doesn't connect, just reach for it. Try to keep a soft bottom elbow. So come out of crossbow slowly with control back to your spinal balance. Lower the hand and lower the knee. Wag your tail. Try not to slingshot out of poses like that. Zip that belly button in. Let's send the other leg out. Flex the foot. Toes down. Find your balance on 3 points. And then lighten on your right fingers. And see if you can find your balance on 2 points. So right arm up, left leg back. You can stay right here, especially if you're feeling pretty wobbly. Or check and see if you can go for that crossbow. Bending your back knee. Reaching your arm back. Maybe connecting with the foot or the ankle. A gentle kick into that hand. Pick a spot to stare at on the floor. Release without slingshotting. Come back to your spinal balance. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Let's go ahead and sit those hips back. And this time, walking your fingertips forward. Connect your palms in prayer so the pinkies can rest on the floor. Or you can lift your hands up over the back of your head, walking your elbows a little bit farther forward, stretching your triceps. See if you can reconnect to your breath right here. We'll release the hands. Slowly shift your weight back into table. Tuck your toes. Pick up your knees. Downward facing dog. You're upside down for a moment here. Heels get heavy like they want to touch the floor. It's okay if your knees are really bent. Bring your big toes close. Stretch the right leg up for the sky. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, right knee to nose as you firm forward. Inhale, reach it up. Right knee to left elbow, twist across. Inhale, stretch it up. Right knee to right elbow, same side. See if they can connect. Last one, right leg up. Right foot down the center of your mat. See if you can aim right between your right thumb. And then if you don't get there in one step, you can kind of wiggle the toes forward. Start to lighten on your fingers, lift up your heart, low lunge. Beautiful. Let's take a twist. Left hand under left shoulder. Stretch the right arm up. Maybe look for it. Easy twist. You can always customize by putting the back knee to the floor. Lower that right hand. Pick a spot on the floor to stare at. As you engage your legs, see if you can reach those arms up. That helps with the balance. Fingertips to the sky. Drop an inch. Crescent lunge. We'll take that twist, hands come to prayer, thumbs at your sternum, tip forward, reach the crown of your head up on a diagonal. We'll twist the right elbow across, hook it in front of the right the right quad. Push your palms together as you roll your heart open in a twist. Feel that in your obliques. Push down into both legs as you rise up, root down. The ball of the back foot stays connected, and fold, hands on either side of your front foot. Push into your hands as you lift off. See if you can take a single leg plank here for a moment. Feel free to put your toes back down or leave your right leg up as you shift forward into chaturanga. Any amount of back bend, cobra, up dog, whatever feels great for you. You can roll back down, take it into a child's pose, or if you're ready, you can flip those toes and just pike the hips all the way up. We all meet in downward dog anyway. Tuck the toes, knees lift. Hips high, shoulders engaged. Go ahead and narrow your toes so it's close. Left leg for the sky. Inhale, big reach up. Exhale, left knee to nose, round forward. Same move, but you're going to cross on the next one. Inhale, twist to the opposite elbow. Think about those obliques. Inhale, stretch left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, same side. See if you can connect. Last one, inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, step left foot as far forward as you can. Aim for right by your left thumb. Lift up, lighten up on your fingers. Pull your collarbones forward, low lunge. Go ahead and start to place weight on your right hand, and you'll just peel your left arm open to the sky. Easy twist. Feel free to bend your back knee, set it down if you need it. Lower left hand outside of your left pinky toe. You're going to scissor your legs together to create the traction you need to rise up into crescent lunge. Biceps by the ears, sinking into lower. Prepping for another twist here. Hands connect, bring them into prayer right in front of your sternum. Tip your spine forward on a diagonal. Hook your right elbow outside your left quad. Push your palms to one another as you roll open into your twist. Using the strength of your legs, sweep yourself right back up into crescent. Match your hands at the top. Fold and frame your front foot. Step back, and if you can, hold a three-legged plank for a moment, lifting your left leg off. And you can always put it back down. You can go to your knees, or you can try to stay lifted for a chaturanga on one foot. Any amount of back bend, cobra or up dog. Lower your heart back down. Push into the heels of your hands. Let's take a wide-legged child's pose. Knees wide, big toes together, forehead to the mat. Deep breath in here. Holding here. Really stretching your fingertips forward, lengthening your low back. Prepping for a little more core work here. Start to shift forward into all fours. Take your knees under the hips, tuck your toes, spread your fingers, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big toes will narrow as you stretch your right leg up for the sky. Open your right knee. Let that top leg bend as you roll your hip open to the side, stretching that left hamstring calf. Kick your right leg back to the sky. Square your hips, draw right knee to nose. Step right between your hands. Swivel your back heel to the floor. And then reach your arms overhead. Warrior one. Find a stance that you can hold and breathe. Back hip, try to roll it forward so you're getting a nice stretch. Pull those elbows down and back, cactusing the arms, big back bend here. Stretch up, inhale. And then exhale, tip forward onto your front leg, lift off the heel of the back leg, and then 1 pound at a time. See if you can float up into warrior three with airplane arms. Option here is to take those arms overhead, biceps by your ears, thumbs up like a number 11. A little crunch here. Bring your back knee into your chest. Bring your elbows into your ribs. And then inhale, stretch it right back out. 2 more. Exhale, round. Pull everything in. Pick a spot on the floor. Inhale, lengthen. 1 more. This standing core work here. Really great for your posture muscles. From here, you'll bend your front knee even more. Set back down into your warrior one. Big breath in. Maybe elbows back, cactus. Pull the arms up overhead, match your palms, hands to the floor. Pick up your back heel, step your right leg back. Feel free to be on both toes, both knees, or right leg lifts, chaturanga. Any amount of cobra or up dog. And then this time, let's all try to flip the toes and pike the hips up using your core muscles. Soften your elbows. Engage your triceps. Try to hug your lats in so like you're squeezing something under your armpits. Big toes come close. As you sweep the left leg up for the sky, we'll open the hip and stretch it. Let your left hip turn out. Bend your top knee. Let that foot fall back. Feel a nice stretch in your right hamstring. Kick your leg back to the sky as you square your hips. Smoothly pull the left knee forward, stepping between your hands. Bend your back, swivel your back heel down. Bend your front knee. Push down into your legs as you rise up for Warrior One. And then just kind of test yourself, see if you can sink an inch lower and square those hips for the front of your mat. We're going to back bend here. A little cactus. Pull your elbows back. Inhale, reach right back up. As you do, shift weight onto your front leg. Spread your wings in a T. Pick up your back heel and then eventually pick up your back leg. You're in Warrior 3, balancing in airplane arms. You can stay there or reach the arms overhead for more challenge. And we just have 3 of those crunches here. Balancing is a great way. Knee to chest, elbows to knee. Reach it up is a great way to strengthen your core in a functional way. 2 more. Good, last one. If you tap down, that's okay. Smile. Stretch it right back into your Warrior 3. Everything square. Bend your front knee a lot. Set your back foot down. Stick the landing. Warrior 1. Exhale. Back bend cactus arms. Inhale, reach it up. Match your palms and fold. Framing out your front foot. Pick up your back heel. Firm your shoulders and step back. Either 2 sets of toes, 2 sets of knees, or you lift the left leg as you shift forward. Chaturanga, any amount of cobra or back bend. Good, roll it back down with control. Release your hands in front of your forehead. Make a pillow for your forehead here, resting down on the backs of the hands. Turn the toes down so the inner thigh bones spin up and suction your belly up off the floor. Let's try picking up both legs. Maybe just the feet lift, maybe just the shins, maybe the knees. Maybe you can get your quads up a little bit, lengthening that backside. And then lower the legs back down. Shake the hips right and left. Let's try the upper body next. Stretch the arms out into a T. Lift the shoulders, lift the head, lift the arms. Leave those toes down for now. Inhale, squeeze the pinkies back towards your hips, and then come right back to that T. Last 2, squeeze the pinkies back. Inhale to that T. So you should really feel this between your shoulder blades. Squeeze back once more. And to your T, go ahead and bend your elbows, rest your forehead. Bend your knees. Let's just cast them right and left. A little windshield wiper for your legs. Good. Lower your toes to the floor behind you as you pick yourself up to all fours. Push those hands down. Counter stretch, child's pose. Whatever arms you need, you could bend your elbows. Excellent. We'll come to all fours here. Stacking your shoulders right over the wrist. Take your left knee to the center of the mat. Kick your left ankle out 45. Left hand to the center of the mat. Step your right leg to straight and roll the heel to the floor so that you're standing on your left shin and your left hand, reaching your right arm up. You test yourself here. Look down at your left fingers and see if you can pick up your right leg, balancing in a half moon. You can test yourself further and reach your right arm overhead, bicep close to ear. Feel free to stay here, or maybe do 3 really slow side crunches. Bringing elbow towards thigh, stretching up overhead. Take a drishti on the floor to help with that balance and stability. 1 more crunch. Inhale, reach. Hold here. Take the arm back up to that T. Lower your leg, lower your hand, slide right knee back in. And let's adjust for side 2. So right hand to the center, right knee to the center. Kick your right foot out 45 and roll to the inner edge of your left foot. Reach your left arm up, standing tall here. This is a great place to just stay, hang out here for all the time, or maybe look down at your fingers, see if you can float your back leg up, testing your balance, your hip stability, your shoulder stability. Maybe reach left arm overhead, bicep by the ear. Here's your chance to just hold, or you can add those really slow elbow to knee crunches, just 3 of them. Exhaling together, inhaling apart. Really turning on that midsection. Last one. Good. Take the arm back over the shoulder. Create a T. Lower your back foot. Take the back hand underneath your shoulder, and we'll just stretch it back. Roll your wrists here in a few circles. Open, close your hands, and maybe just a gentle rock side to side in your hips. We'll shift our weight forward and kick your heels to one side, whichever side feels most open for you, coming to a comfortable seat. Go ahead and send your legs out towards straight. If they can't straighten fully, that's okay. Put a little bend in those knees or sit on something. A towel, blanket. You can pull the flesh off of the sit bones or pillows off the couch. So I like to say lift up the torso, lengthen the spine. Inhale, both arms reach up. On your exhale, open to a T. Take your right arm behind you, your left arm in front. Rotate your ribs. Inhale, right back up through the top. Let's go the other way. Left arm behind you, right arm in front. Twist your ribs across. Inhale, back up. Let's do one more each way. Exhale to twist. And giving up, sitting really tall through the spine. I would rather you have great posture than twist really far. Come back up through the middle here. Go ahead and bring your fingertips behind you. Point them toward your glutes. Point your toes. Push down into your heels. As you lift up your hips, igniting your backside inverted plank. You could customize this by being an inverted table, bending your knees. Totally fine. Soften the chin back to the chest as you lower yourself from whichever position you chose. Hips to the floor, flex those feet. Go ahead and drag them in, setting your feet down a comfortable distance, prepping for boat pose. Lift up your heart. You can use your fingers for support behind you, and then engage your midsection and lighten up on those toes. Do a little dance and see if you're ready to float them all the way up. Bring your shins parallel to the floor, maybe catching your hamstrings. Maybe even letting go. With your exhale, release your feet. Catch your shins, pull your heart through. Look up, lift up, and round, chin to chest. Cat spine. Lifting through the middle here. We'll match the soles of your feet for cobbler's pose. Let the knees fall open. And then you can either use the fingers behind you to push you forward, or you can catch your feet and pull yourself gently towards them. Stretching the hips, and maybe a little in the low back. Excellent. We'll come back up with control. Draw those knees back up. Point them to the sky. Check behind you that you have room to roll back. And then we're going to really slowly, arms in front like a counterbalance, roll yourself down. One vertebra at a time. Your tailbone, your head will be the last thing. Reach your arms up. And then maybe reach your legs long. If your low back is happy, go ahead and do that. If not, you'll just keep your knees bent. Point your toes, arch your spine. Let's reverse it. Take knees to chest. Round your forehead up towards your knees. You're in a little tight ball here. Crunch. Lower your head. Lower your shoulders. Keep your right knee. Send your left leg out 45. And then we'll just lift up again in that crunch position. See if you can let go with your hands. Keep the chin off the chest. We'll just do 5 quick switches. Inhale and exhale. Lift that chin. 2 more. Last one. Stay here. Right knee to chest. Let your left heel find the floor. Let your head rest back down. Roll your right ankle around in a few circles. You can rock your head right and left if you gathered any tension in your neck. Let's take our twist here. So right knee, drop it to the left side of your mat. You're opening up your right arm to the side. A little bit of counterweight for that knee drop. We'll slowly roll it back to the middle. Take both knees to the chest and then rock side to side just to re-find your center and realign everything. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Catch your left shin, send your right leg out 45. Hold and breathe. Pull your head and shoulders up into a crunch and see if you can let go with your hands. Keeping the chin up off the chest, and that isometric crunch, we'll do 5 quick switches. Inhale and exhale. Switch, switch. 2 more. And you lift a little higher. Last one. Left knee to chest, right leg long. Let your right heel find the floor. Roll your head, shoulders back, and then circle your left ankle. Roll out all the cracks and pops in that foot. And let's prepare for our twist. Drop your left knee over to the other side of your mat. Stretch your right arm out. Create that little counter stretch here. You're pulling away from one another, the arm and the leg. Good. We'll roll ourselves back to the center of our mat, placing your feet right underneath your knees, toes parallel, arms down by your sides. Heels are close enough that you could touch your heels with your middle finger. Push down into your feet as you bridge your hips up, squeezing the backside. Eyes to the ceiling in bridge pose. Knees hug each other so they're not flaring out. Roll yourself down nice and slow. Your tailbone touches last. Excellent. Take the right leg, kick it to the sky, flex your right foot as you cross it over your left thigh bone. You could just gently push your right thigh bone open with your right hand, or you could reach through and hug your left hamstring. Let your head release back down. Let your tailbone be heavy. As we come to the close of our practice, hopefully you are able to ignite your core in a gentle way while still lengthening some muscles and de-stressing. Release what you're holding and we'll switch out. So other foot to the floor. Take that left leg up for the sky. Flex your foot, cross it over right thigh bone. You can just push your left thigh bone open with your left hand or reach through and hug it for a deeper figure 4. This is also a good alternative to pigeon pose. If that bothers your knee, you take this one anytime. Excellent. Slowly release what you're holding here. Uncross your ankles. Match the soles of your feet together one more time and let your knees drop open. So you're in that cobbler's pose, but this time on your back. Go ahead and take your arms into goalpost arms. Let the knuckles drop back into the floor. Slide your shoulder blades down towards your tailbone a little deeper. We're going to close the eyes here for a few moments and just watch, observe your breath. While gravity works on your knees and your shoulders. Just become the observer of your breath. Relax your face. Relax your jaw. Relax your eyelids. Soften the gaze behind your gently closed eyelids. We'll start a gentle wake-up journey. First, put a wiggle in your fingers, and then reach your hands to the outsides of your thighs. Gently draw those knees up towards one another, and then we'll hug the knees in for a final stretch for that low back. Give it a tight squeeze, and then drop your knees to one side. Whichever side feels more open, we'll press ourselves up nice and slow. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Sit in a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you, with your legs tall back. Let's drop the chin to the chest and just do one little roll, right ear to right shoulder. Really lengthen the left side of the neck. And then roll back through the middle. Other ear towards the shoulder and shine your right ear up. Take the chin back towards your chest. Reach both arms up. Match your hands together. Pull them to your heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you hit like, share, subscribe, or comment to help me with the algorithm. I'll see you in the next one. Namaste.